during a national emergency is especially difficult.
But Wayne State University history professor Charles Hyde says the real...
Coming up on Marketplace, the front line in the war on terror.
Now, when they don't have a shell, you see how the action. There you go.
There you go.
That's what you want. Get your eyes.
Oh, I've got one.
Pull!
Yeah. Seemed like we stood together last time and then we're
Hey, this is Ian with my new camera. I'm up in Buffalo, New York, and I just hired a car. I hired a car online, and they've upgraded me to a premium at no extra charge. But the time is it's the 7th of October, day for my 27th birthday, and so I'm up in New York. I'm going to see Buffalo Niagara. And I'm going to explore the place. Well, that says it all really. It's October 2001 and I'm 27 this morning, and I swear there's a few more wrinkles there, you know. I feel old. Anyway, so here I am in Buffalo, Niagara, and I'm just off, I think, to Niagara Falls, and you know, I still haven't decided where the hell really to go yet. So I guess we're going to go east into New York or west into Canada. So I guess the first good point would be to start off with the Niagara Falls, hop into Canada, see what the border's like, and decide. Hey Ian, it's your birthday. What shall we do today? Oh, I don't know. Let's go to Canada, eh? Bienvenue au Canada! Here we go, approach the falls for the first time. This is quite a birthday present, really. God, you could sit and watch it for hours. Helicopter going overhead. Oh, God, that's beautiful. 750,000 gallons per second. All over the world, different languages. Really enjoying this. This is an absolutely incredible view. I could just watch it for ages. I'm not even watching you with the camera right now. I'm actually watching the picture of the falls in the background. Even though I set up the shot, it's just fantastic to watch. I'm currently in Canada. I'm still unsure where to go. I want to see the fall colours, some more of the USA, which is primarily why I'm here. But I do want to take a look around Canada too, but I figure perhaps Canada's more of another trip, another time. So I don't know, we could flip a coin here. So, okay, here we go. We've got 2 pennies here, one Canadian, one American. And it has to decide which will do. Be the first ever hat. Canadian. Okay. So, I guess we're going to go see a bit more of Canada. Okay, so that's dolomite, and there's limestone underneath it, and there's Rochester shales. You start to get an appreciation of the force when you're down at this level, especially when you see the actual heights of those waves. There's a guy here, size. That was interesting. And I guess it wasn't bad for, I suppose, $4 down here, but not really exciting. It's very impressive though. Got a stinking hangover today. I was just starting to get headaches now and I'm really tired. I was out last night on Chippewa Street in Buffalo, New York. And that place was pretty good fun. Quite a few good bars. It was interesting. So anyway, this is the Canadian side of the falls, and downstream where the Whirlpool is, and I hope you can hear me behind the roar of the water back there, which is really quite impressive. And 750,000 gallons a second from over the falls. Impressive. The really impressive thing down there is the speed with which the water shoots past. It looks like it's like you're standing next to a freight train and it's going down at about 30 miles an hour with unstoppable power. That's the impressive thing. Doesn't look it there. Does he get out? It's cold up here. It's about 6 Celsius now, about 41 Fahrenheit. It was 60 in New Orleans. This is impressive, check this out. I'm having real trouble with my ATM card to try and get any Canadian money. So I think what I'm going to do is actually head on back to the US. Canada's fun, I've got to get you and have a look around at another time, I think. So now's the time we go back to the United States, I believe. We'll see how things go still. This is now down river of the rapids, and this is where Niagara and the canyon runs out into Lake Ontario. Lake Erie is upstream of the falls that way, and Lake Ontario is down that way. And there's still some nice fall colours to be had around the place. You can see beautiful red leaves behind me. It's gorgeous.
Niagara on the lake information.
Okay, you can't see it very well, but these guys are flying a Welsh flag. This is the winery part of Canada. It's interesting, you see the Canadian flag up everywhere in people's homes and all now, and I wonder if that's after 911 or before, where the Canadians also like to show their flag. But you can certainly see those that are there for 911, because a lot of people have the American flag right next to the Canadian flag. Always the Canadian flag highest, of course, though. What an absolutely gorgeous town. This is Lake Ontario. This place is absolutely heavenly. And up until that car arrived, it was absolutely silent. And this is really freaky here now. Watch the horizon. See that blip in the horizon? That, about 90 miles away, is Toronto. And that there is America. I just had a sublime moment. The jazz a second ago was really mellow. Nice few twists and turns in the road. Both sides of the road were lined with the trees. Beautiful trees, beautiful standard trees. And the sun was just perfect, the sky was just perfect. I'm going along the Niagara River, as you can see here. And it was just a sublime moment of pure driving bliss. The sort of thing where I love driving around the Americas. But what gets me with Canada is it seems very European in a way. All these vineyards, trees, the river there, I don't know, it's just the way, the lack of really big ass southern trucks like you get down south. There's a cultured old world feel to Canada, at least this bit of it. It's the French everywhere as well, I think. And there's the bridge, and that's the bridge I'm probably going to cross back into America to. I'm going to regrettably leave Canada now and save Canada for a visit of its own. Canada's beautiful, I love it. So regrettably now I got to leave Canada and leave it for another day. This is the real final decision. Toronto or USA? I'd really like to see some more of the USA, which is why I came here. So I think I'm going to do that. Well, here I am coming back into the United States. Welcome to New York, Empire State. I feel really good this morning. Just had a shower and a reasonable night's sleep. And I'm ready to go now. Get a look around New York State. Have a little look. I'm in a place called Canandaigua. How the hell do you pronounce it? I don't know. Canandaigua in the Finger Lakes of New York State, right up around the middle bit between Rochester and Syracuse. I'll show you again. As they say in Canada. Anywho, really enjoyed my time in Canada yesterday. That was great, and I'm considering going back again tomorrow. Then, but I'm going to look around this up country around here now for a bit. I stayed last night in this Bates-style motel. Actually, it was quite a nice motel, but very 1950s. In this little town in the middle of nowhere. Everything was closed at 9 o'clock. Luckily, I found a little gas station open. Got some cash, a 6-pack, and watched videos on this little portable video laptop that I rented. Okay, that's the motel I stayed in. And this is the town. There's like a laundromat, a little convenience store, a gas station, another little mall over there, McDonald's and a gas station, and that's like everything. Here's an interesting little thing for a Welshman to see. They play rugby around here. Yeah!
Because I would imagine... I started thinking about the anthrax a little bit, then I realized that anthrax basically you can cure with penicillin, which means that if you have 3 Mountain Dews, pretty much anthrax is gone. Right. If you can cure with penicillin, they sent, my sister's a diplomat in Nairobi, and they sent it, I don't know how good these guys are, they sent anthrax to Nairobi. Well, Africa has tribal wars, Ebola, and AIDS. Right. I mean, anthrax is the flavor of ice cream in Africa.
So let me understand something. Here's what I don't understand about anthrax. Let me ask you this. So if you get a cold now, do you immediately go to get tested for anthrax?
Yeah, I had a flu during when it started happening, and I thought the same thing, and I just said, let's see what happens.
You did.
The entire field is full of Canadian geese. So I'm completely lost in upstate New York, and really enjoying just driving down this road. Huge fields full of corn and geese, and nice gently rolling hills. I'm trying to get to Ithaca. I have no idea why. It looks like a nice drive, that's all. But also it's one of the few places around here other than Rochester that I've heard of. Rochester I've heard of because an ex-girlfriend came from Rochester, so I thought I'd have a look. That was last night, nothing very impressive there. This is the village of Waterloo. I always thought that was in Belgium. I passed through Manchester. I saw Lyon earlier on and Geneva earlier on as well. These guys have no imagination when it comes to naming roads, naming towns. Here it is. Up ahead, there's one of the Finger Lakes I've been looking for. You know what I've noticed? All these little towns are really nice, just little stores, little shops, little streets, little villages. No big Walgreens or anything like that. Slightly less convenient, but a hell of a lot prettier for it. Love that tree.
Other than that, it's a lot of fun because the characters change so much. And
Okay. It's Shelby Ken. Tim Zagat for calling in. I want to thank my boy Carl from Survivors.
Okay, I came down here on a hunch and it said such and such a falls overview, so I thought let's have a look, and this just took my breath away. That is it. That's more beautiful than Niagara. Okay, I'm outside some falls outside, about 10 miles outside of Ithaca, and that's them behind me here, and I honestly can say I think this is one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. Beats Niagara. Just on sheer splendour, the rocks all around you, the trees at the top. It's an amazing crater. You just don't expect to find this this east of the Rockies. You just don't. I'm really impressed, or at least I don't. Maybe I don't know enough about the eastern USA and the Appalachians. Anyway, I've really been impressed by this. I love this place. Check it out. Look what I just found me. Out round Elmira, New York. Oh, would that be the National Warplane Museum? So I'm just driving around and I found this place, which is pretty cool. Obviously it all looks closed up for the season. There's a sign there that says restoration hangar open, so let's have a look. Uh-huh. I love these things. Check this out. Joe Lazaro, Senior, eat your heart out.
Right up in there. There's your bombardier and your navigators.
Yeah.
Go on up in.
Never thought I'd get a look inside one of these properly. So the bombardier and the navigator also had a couple of guns down here as well.
Yep.
30 cals or 50 cals?
50 caliber.
That's quite some chunks of metal. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. This is the Norden bomb site, isn't it?
That's right. Parts of it were made right here in Elmira.
Yeah? Look at this.
What's nice, you know, is when you're flying, that's the nicest place there is right there.
I bet.
One of them, that's one of them. The other one's up in the radio room.
So this is the Norden bomb site. Oh man. Incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is serendipity.
I think some of the people get better tours with the museum being closed.
Absolutely.
Because they come around,
Yeah.
they don't come in here.
Oh wow.
They don't let them in. They're not in the plane.
Check this out. B-17. Let's put it there. Oh, I would love to fly one of these. Big old heavy beasts to fly, I believe. There's here's the mid-upper turret.
It's a little tight.
Lee was
going
just
through here.
Lee was just telling me they had 13 50 calibers.
Yep.
No wonder they called it the Flying Fortress. What was this, flight engineer here?
Beg pardon?
Flight engineer station here?
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you fire your guns?
You had a platform you stood on.
Oh right, okay.
That seat right there.
Coming
That's like
through the
this-
bomb bay here.
That's like this platform out here. You see this wooden platform?
Yes.
That's where we carry our luggage when we go on air shows.
It's a very small bomb bay for such a big plane, really.
Yeah, they normally carried about 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Could carry more, but that was about average.
Which is funny when you consider now.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, you
yeah.
put that, you can strung that underneath an A10.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine getting over this when the bomb bay's open. It would be noisy, windy.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is incredible.
This is your radio room. This is what's down here.
This is the thing. I mean, imagine how much extra bombs you could stick in without all the old
Well, this radio,
tube radios.
this transmitter, this receiver, and these 5 VHF sets, they're World War II equipment.
Fantastic.
Now, this is the radio we use now. It's nice warm day. You'd love it. Get right up in here, nice warm day, you know, and look out, take pictures. Beautiful.
What? You don't have a cover on?
We do. Nice warm day, we take it off.
Just take it off and fly like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There was another gun here.
Yeah, that's the radio operator's gun. See, that slid forward right here. It come through.
The
here.
radio operator had a gun and it just slid forward.
Everybody had a gun. Everybody had a gun.
Except the pilot and...
Hey, they had that chin turret down there.
Who controlled the chin turret?
The pilot or co-pilot, they could carry that.
Really?
The two guns on the side was the radio, or the navigator and the bombardier. Then they had the chin turret and the, oh, get out of here.
They knew how to build planes then, eh? Excuse a second, can I...
Sure.
Well, Joe, this is what your old man used to fly in. No space in that thing at all. Jeez.
I was told that on
fuddy-duddy. There's a nose cannon. Can't really see how beautiful this is. But anyway, I'm in Pennsylvania now, but there wasn't a single bloody sign to say well. Most of the colours are gone here, most of the trees are denuded. So I'm just kind of disappointed actually with the trees, but the state looks pretty. Some town we passed through a minute ago was very agreeable again, lots of... Now this is what my view of Pennsylvania more is, little round barns. Here we go, back in New York again. So I'm about in a little town, taking the back roads back, since this is far more fun than driving interstate all the way. I'm just in Pennsylvania. Okay, it's night. I'm coming up on the American side of the falls to have a look, see if I can see anything. Above the trees you can see the spray coming up really high. Don't know if you'll see anything on the video, which is quite interesting. There's the rapids. Okay, so here I am again at Niagara Falls. Come full circle, about 600 miles later, having seen a lot of New York State, Canada and Pennsylvania. But now I really had to come here tonight. It's about 9:30 because I really want to see the falls at night. But I'm not going to cross into Canada. I want to see them from the American side now. They got it lit with an eerie green glow. If I zoom in and bouncy video, I could say this is the X-Files or anything. Oh my god, what's that? It's a glowing green saucer. It's a UFO. See what I mean? It's kind of funny. Anyway, enough of that silliness. This is an absolutely beautiful sight. This is American Falls. It's smaller than Horseshoe Falls, which is the picture everybody else sees, which is just at the other side. Over there, with a little island in the middle. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing to. But either way, it's absolutely spectacular now. And I still haven't crossed the crest line of the falls, so come with me as we cross the crest line. The crest of the falls, and see just the noise now suddenly starts to build. There was muffled and shouting before. Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. I'm standing here now at American Falls, side of Niagara Falls. Niagara is split into two sections, American Falls and Niagara Falls, which is over that side further in the distance, which is the bigger, that's the Horseshoe Falls, I mean. And I'm back pretty much where I started. I started off Saturday evening when I landed in Buffalo, went out partying. Then Sunday, drove across to Canada and came up the Canadian side, the opposite side of the river there, and saw this falls to the Canadian side. Since then, I've done about 600 miles of driving, all around New York State, down into Pennsylvania, and now I'm back in Niagara Falls. I came up past Buffalo tonight, I'll fly home tomorrow, 5 o'clock, I'm going to be at the airport. It's now Monday, 10 o'clock. And I decided I had to come up here, see the falls one last time and see it by night. Hopefully the microphone's getting all this. Anyway, so that's another part of my rediscovery of America. It's been a pretty interesting trip so far. Hope all you folks can see this fine. Night shot. And zooming out, what you see here, American Falls. You know what, I think the view of the Whirlpool is better from this side. Check this out, on the side of an old building.
Saturday only. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
The Peace Treaty of 1814 returned the fort to the United States. The old Fort Niagara stands today as a memorial to soldiers who served here under 3 flags. We captured it off. Behind me down there you can see what they call the Chateau of Fort Niagara, built by the French originally as a fortified trading post at the mouth of the Niagara River. Rocks, it looks more Scottish, even in its setting, than it does French, which is kind of funny. I love this light, everything is so harsh. Kitchen. Main castle. Chateau. Currently in Niagara, Fort Niagara on the American side. This place is a recreation of what it was like to be a French soldier in the day. What's kind of funny is that they all sleep in this one long bed that's a shelf all next to each other. This is the storeroom where they would trade bales of supplies. Bolts of cloths, barrels of cidre. Some of these guys must have come from Normandy, eh? Toronto. Shot furnace. Shot furnace. Open up, drop your shot in there, roll them down, pull them out the other side when you're ready for them. You lift up, drop it down, each one will roll into a groove here, so you can pull it out into your into your two tongs here and lift it up. There's Toronto, beyond cannon range, but you could sight a howitzer here and hit it from there. Now I've got to go fly back today. It's about 1 o'clock now. I've got to be back in about 4 hours time, so I still have a bit of time. There's a funny thought. It's right over there right now, running around somewhere in that city, are relatives of mine who I haven't seen since I was about 10 years old, who I've tried looking up but can't find, and right now one of them may be looking back this direction. I'm upstairs right now in the turret of one of the guard posts. And the wind, this is the northern side where the lake is, and the wind is blowing in here, biting. I am freezing, but I'm really glad I came. I'll put my hood up for a bit, but then I look like a rap star. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, maybe I don't look like a rap star, but there you go. Anyways, so I'm going to get going, I think. I'm freezing. I'll go and take a walk along that outside wall. Either that or I look like a Jedi. Ah, Obi-Wan. You do not need to see his identification. Anyways. So it definitely does look more Scottish than French, especially when you frame it thus with the British flag flying. Now you could believe that is in Scotland. One of my favourite planes, I want one of those. Cessna Skymaster. Time now to say goodbye to Fort Niagara. Indeed, pretty much time to say goodbye to New York State and Canada. I've enjoyed my trip up here. It's 2 o'clock now. I'm going to drive back to the airport, which is going to take me about 45 minutes. Gives me a little time to have some lunch, have a little look around Buffalo, but not a lot of time. This location is beautiful. So anyway, this pretty much ends the sightseeing part of my tour, and now we've got to go home. But like all holidays, the advantage of a holiday is to remind you how much you like your home. And when your home is New Orleans, it's always good to return to.
Accident like a couple days ago.
Is that what that was?
Yeah,